Today, from Toronto, Canada. It's week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And he'll drop it underneath to White. The 40, the 30, 20. Touchdown, Houston. James White, 76 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
For the point after.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And able to get this out to the 25. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That goes for a gain of 31.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on what...
And he will take it in for the touchdown. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself,
rush coming, and he's taken down. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process?
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defense. Well, the ball is out. Michel lost it. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
Sony Michel, the ball carrier.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And down inside the 15 he goes. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll bring up second down. Now it's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll try to run with Lindsey. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect...
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Philip Lindsey, touchdown number 15 of the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. They were able to push him backwards on first down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now out comes Houston. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On the ground, this is Michel. There he goes left side. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Running out of the gun with White, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
First down and 10.
Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
He was tackled.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
With the score, Mounties 20, Texans 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's the option. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
On 1st and 10, Watson. On the left side, a catch by White. His 2nd catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line.
They'll run it. This is Michel. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston.
On the carry.
Sony Michel, 83 yards. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side. And all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
He's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught at the 10. And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Back to throw again. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag routes, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
This taken in about 4 yards deep, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st down, Watson. Buying time to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. And a dump off to White. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And Bullock will put this one through, and this is back down to a 7-point game.
Mounties 27.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
20.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
A loss of 12 brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a 1-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. From the gun, here's Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Watson on 1st down. This pass complete to Higgins. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
James White, the man he was looking for out of the backfield. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! Jonnu Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So many times you think of these tight ends catching the ball already in the end zone, but today's tight end, they can run after the catch, too, to score.
They're big, they're strong, but they're extremely athletic, and they can surprise the heck out of you when they get the ball in their hands and they're running away from the defense.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Houston set to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes.
It got his man complete. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line.
40 yards.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Recovered.
And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Second and 6. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Welcome back to Toronto, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
And here comes the Texans now. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First down, Texans.
Out of the gun, Watson. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Eluding the pressure right. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmaker. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
Jonathan Jones. Watson.
Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jonnu Smith with his second TD of the game, his sixth on the year. And his guys capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Texans on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that will be complete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more. Drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Watson. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At their 49
from the gun, Watson. Open man is Higgins. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. Flashed the stick skills but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Complete.
11 yards there, 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jadeveon Clowney racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Looking for the end zone. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Bullock good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This is Jakeem Grant. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
His guys take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And all this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play.
3rd down and 11.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
You gonna see me in your nightmare. Quick dash. Come. Panther 60. Go. 58, come on. Hey, come on.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Shaq Lawson. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Operating from the gun, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by J.C. Jackson.
Pass intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said,
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Texans.
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.